on South Maui. This is looking over into the ocean. You got the Pacific right out here. It's beautiful. Sometimes you get to go to cool places. Starting down here by the beach in South Maui, we're going to work our way up the hill, and then we're going to get into the really thick stuff to get the LiDAR. It's a little windy today, but that happens when you're on an island, but nothing that the M300 can't handle. The trip up to the site, it takes a little while. There's not actually a road straight up there. So right now I'm going kind of around. Right now we've got a lot of agricultural fields, and as the elevation goes up, there's really only one way to get there. It's about a 30-minute trip to the midpoint. We're gonna meet the guys up there, head to the site, get this LiDAR job done.
Hey, my name is James Slentz. I'm with Maui Land Surveyors, based out of upcountry Maui. I am the field technician and field manager, and I perform all things field related. There's some of them are walls, some of them could be graves or culturally sensitive. We don't know what they are at this point, so identifying where they're at will be a big help. Trying to do that with standard methods would be not impossible, but it'd be less than preferred, as a lot of the bushes in there have thorns and are hard to get through. The terrain's very rocky. I think that with LiDAR, enough in there to capture vastly more than we could ever get with standard surveying. Entering it while staying within our property solely is another challenge, which is where LiDAR becomes the easiest and most effective way, I think, to capture this data. I'm not worried about it taking our jobs. I think it only assists us. We do want to use technology to our benefit. Not all surveyors are open to not just technology, but open to the forefront of what drones and or just technology as a whole brings to the table. Not that they can't do their job effectively, though if you don't stay on top of technology and what it has to offer, I think that you are going to slowly fall behind the curve, and we'd like to stay in front of that curve. And that's why we pursue LiDAR as well as any other technology that can assist and be beneficial to land surveying.
My name is Lauren Eric Slentz with Maui Land Surveyors, the owner and operator of Maui Land Surveyors. I'm the principal surveyor here, upcountry Maui. When performing surveys in upcountry Maui is on the hillside of Haleakala volcano, which is kind of essentially located. So we have a variety of microclimates throughout Maui County, all have their own challenges when it comes to doing field work and performing field work. We're also, like James had mentioned, we're in a culturally sensitive area with lots of walls and rock formations that we'd like to get a better idea before any kind of development might happen. That's why our client doesn't want to go in there and do large swaths of clearing. They want to kind of be a little bit more sensitive with the area and get an idea of what's underneath the vegetation before doing any mass clearing. We bring LiDAR services to our surveying services to help augment and make our services more efficient, particularly when it comes to challenging projects, whether it be heavily vegetated areas that you want to get an idea of what's underneath the vegetation before doing any major clearing. LiDAR is a very effective tool that allows you to gather more data more quickly than traditional methods.
So we started down at the beach, we've driven through the upcountry, we're on the road to Hana here in South Maui. And now we're gonna go all the way up Haleakala, well, almost, and we're gonna fly the LiDAR. This is beautiful. Look at this. Crazy. It's not easy to get up here. We're actually having to drive kind of around the side of the mountain. There is one road that goes pretty much directly to where we're headed on the site, but Oprah owns it and she's not answering my calls right now. I don't know why, but it still looks great. So we've made it up the side of a volcano in Maui. It's time to get the XT32 on the drone, get it in the air. Let's fly some LiDAR. So compared to our Lahaina job on the west side of Maui, this is gonna be a lot lower, slower, and higher overlap. This site is thick. So we're really gonna have to push the limits of the XT32 to get the topo out of here. So we're looking for walls, like James said in the office, and we're getting some topo on the site. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be great though. What a beautiful day. God made a beautiful planet, I'll tell you that. Look at that. By the way, this is Oprah's driveway. Hey Oprah. So if you haven't seen the video yet talking about our recovery mapping for Lahaina, look in the description below, go give it a view. Yeah, can we talk about this view? Whoa. People still ask me, will LiDAR see through pine trees? Well, we're gonna push that to the limit today because it's pretty much a jungle over there. We're way beyond pine trees. And we're gonna do that and deliver it at survey grade accuracy with Maui Land Surveyors, our surveying partners here in Maui. So we're back in the car because it has been kind of a crazy data collection out here. I only had 2 people threaten to shoot at me today. So on the flip side, I quoted 2 LiDAR jobs, 2,000 acre and an 8,000 acre on the side of the road. So it's been an interesting project. Yeah, but the data's gonna look great. So on the site, under the vegetation, we're looking for some walls. This is what they look like before they're covered in vegetation. Let's see if there's any in the data.
And turns out we did find those walls in the data. Let's take a look. We've got the point cloud loaded in stitch3d.io, and we're gonna take a little dive through. And I wanna just take a look really quick at how thick this vegetation really was. You know, as we talked about earlier in the video when we were on site, kind of worried if we would be able to see through here, and the XT32 really outdid itself. So shout out to Inertial Labs and the RESEPI team. You can see, look at these ridges. You can see almost right down the pipe. It gets right down to it, and this actually matches up. So I mean, that looks like vegetation, but I was standing right there and the vegetation just went right along where they had scraped out this road. These thick trees, my goodness. And it wouldn't be a Hawaii data set without some beautiful palm trees. But let's take a look from the entire point cloud where we derived this from. Look at this in Global Mapper, and if you've spotted it, let's load it in a little closer. Look at these open areas, these black areas right there where there's no points. That's because they've been classified out. These are not ground points, they are walls. We found them. In fact, we even drew them in so you can see them. So by using the different algorithms, so by taking really high quality LiDAR data and classifying it, we're able to get this derived point cloud that's got everything classified. So all we did in here is classified ground. You can classify lots of different things, but here we just wanted to see ground and not ground. And by doing that, we are able to easily visually see, hey, there's a wall over there. And what's extra cool is this is, you know, really great to have a point cloud. But as engineers and surveyors and other professionals, what do we want this to actually be? Well, we want it to be this. We want it to be a CAD file. So we've got a CAD file with 1-foot contours and the walls drawn in so that we can use that as a basis for the rest of the field survey. Look at that. This is beautiful. I love to see these lines. And what's cool here on the road, you can visually see, if you've read a topo map before, you know what that is. There's contour lines that match a road. And if you're looking around here, you can just see everything matches up how it should. Now, how did we get there, right? How did we know that this actually matched up? So we're going to play a little game called Find the Ground Control Target. I haven't seen it yet. There it is. So we found the target. Now we had several of these across the site and we were able to align all the data to those. And what's cool is not only just the targets, because I mean, the target's kind of easy to see, right? But across the entire site from our shots, we were able to get this within about 1/10 of a foot. So it's not going to get much better than that. I mean, this is just fantastic data. Let's take a look again at these contours. My goodness, they're beautiful. I just love to see this. This gets me so excited. I love it. So we've got Hawaiian contours right here. We've got the walls drawn in, and it's all in a CAD file that's easy for anybody to use and understand. That's in our space. So a lot of times you deal with people who say, yeah, we do LiDAR, we can do all this kind of stuff. You got to get something that you can use, right? Not something I want to play around with. Like, I could look at point clouds all day long and it'll be fun. And, we'll go through and we'll make digital terrain models and we'll change the colors and we'll do all this and do all that. That's great. But you need it to be something that you can use. We got it right here. So super exciting how we can go from a point cloud to some process data to a digital elevation model to creating contours in a full DWG with everything our client needs. Shout out to Maui land surveyors. Eric and James are doing a great job. And just like James said, there's walls in there, and now we know exactly where they are. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We've got a lot more coming.